Hey, boys, I just want to clarify something real quick. This is a Champions League podcast, right? This is Red Card Radio. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're listening from. Thanks for tuning in. Red Card Radio is a weekly look at the Premier League from three friends who support different clubs. My name is James. I support Arsenal. With me tonight is Brad. He supports Chelsea. Down below is Sean. He supports Tottenham. As much as I would like to be talking about the Champions League right now and how good Arsenal are, that is a story for another time because we have a lot to get into. Since the last time we got to record a podcast, 20 Premier League games have been played. And so we've got a lot to break down. We are not going to be looking at the midweek fixtures from last week. We're focusing solely on round 31 in the Premier League. And I think we want to pull up the league table for you guys and kind of let you take a look at this because holistically, it was kind of a bad weekend at the top for like everyone except for maybe like Fulham, right?
And Newcastle.
Yeah, and Newcastle. I forgot they played this weekend because they were on Monday. But Liverpool dropped points, Arsenal dropped points, Forest dropped points, Chelsea dropped points, City dropped points. And so, it goes on and on. Villa won. They beat Forest, which is huge for their hopes for getting into the top four. But as you can see, when you're looking at this table, things have compressed a little bit in the hunt for the Champions League. And so I think I'm not sure how you guys want to tackle that. Should I just lob a salvo at PGMOL for their ridiculous penalty call for Everton, and leave that at that? The only thing I will say about that. The only thing I'll say about that is if you think Lewis Skelly fouled Harrison, which I think is okay to say, then you have to admit that the foul began outside of the box. And that what carried on inside the box was not a foul by Lewis Skelly. And so it should have, if you're going to call a foul, it should have been a foul outside the box and a free kick outside the box. I don't see any world where you can justify the contact that was in the box as a foul on Lewis Skelly. That's all I'll say. It was an awful call in my opinion. I think Arsenal were robbed of 2 points. And with Fulham beating Liverpool, 9 points looks a lot better than 11 points. That's just what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's tough. But the refs are out for this Liverpool trophy. Isn't that what all the trolls are saying?
I think what the Arsenal fandom is saying is that not necessarily that the referees are looking out specifically for Liverpool. It's just that there's either, I don't know, I don't even want to say vendetta, but like that there have been a plethora of bad calls against Arsenal that have certainly cost us a plethora of points. And that the league title would be very different if we hadn't been cost so many points.
Yeah, I can think of 7 right off the top of my head, right? Like the two red cards for time wasting, that was a loss and a draw, right?
They got both turned into draws. There were 2 wins that were turned into draws for both of them. So that's 4 points.
So that's 6, and then this one. So that's 6 points off the top of my head.
Yeah.
And I'm not even an Arsenal fan that would remember all the things that aggrieved me like you are. So that's off the top of my head.
There was the clash of heads penalty against Saliba. And there's more that I can't think of anymore. I think when I did the math in my head on the weekend, when I was thinking about it, I think I came to 9 points. And 9 points, if you give Arsenal 9 more points now than what we have, it's a 2-point title. It's a 2-point difference, and Arsenal and Liverpool play in a couple weeks. So, is what it is. Should we spare a thought for the fact that Virgil van Dijk never gets called out on his elbows, and his attacks?
This is as bad as Harry Kane's backup, and like knock into the player. Like, what is going on that refs just decide they're not going to call a blatant elbow to the head every single time?
Listen, sir, it is not a penalty to not jump. Just because the other player decided to jump doesn't mean Harry Kane has to.
And let's talk about Virgil van Dijk in the air. Yeah, you're right. You
know what? They jumped. They made a decision.
You're right.
Be careful.
And these players with Virgil's just walking and their head's up here. Why is your head up here? That's where his arm goes.
Yeah.
No, like it's absolutely ridiculous.
I did it in the Tottenham game too.
He did it in
He
the
does it
Arsenal.
every
He
game.
did it in the Arsenal game to Kai Havertz. Like he got stuck into Kai Havertz during the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
He
He's got a long stride, guys. That's why you can't dribble past him.
yeah.
Not because he runs backwards for 40 feet.
How about that? Fulham won that game, but in the 5th minute, Fulham should have had a penalty that like they were passing. Kanate was passing. Well, he was getting ready to pass, and he held on to the ball for too long. And I think it was, I don't remember which Fulham player it was, but stole it from him and like squared the ball. And whoever he squared the ball to just got absolutely obliterated by Van Dijk. Just destroyed by Van Dijk. And apparently it was like a normal coming together, according to VAR.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are surprised.
I'm saying all this, and obviously Liverpool supporters, you hear this and you're like, oh, this is a bitter Arsenal fan. And yes, I am bitter about this season. Liverpool have clearly been the best team in the league this year. I don't dispute that. I think Liverpool have been the best team. I think they will be deserving winners of the Premier League. But I think that there have been a lot of refereeing shenanigans this season that cause me to be frustrated with the way that the season has played out.
100%. You know who else we should also pour one out for?
Who?
Southampton, the team to get relegated the soonest.
Yeah, fastest relegated team in the Premier League. Technically, if they don't pick up another point for the rest of the season, they will be the worst ever Premier League side in terms of point accumulation.
Yeah, that would be. I think that's correct.
Yeah, Derby had 11 points. Southampton are currently on 10 points. They've conceded 74 goals. It seems unlikely that in the next 7 games they concede 26 more. I guess it's possible. Maybe they're already on the beach somewhere. I'm not sure, but
Newcastle slowed right down because they blasted 3 so fast this week. Oh no, that was against Leicester. Never mind.
I was going to say against
wrong team. Wrong team. Spurs blasted 3 against them so fast.
How does that game feel, Sean?
Yeah, it's nothing. We were supposed to do that to Southampton.
I bet it feels much better than the game at during the week or the game at the weekend.
Yeah, I think you guys made an interesting decision to decide to ignore all of the midweek games because I thought we were going to talk about that Chelsea Spurs game. But
I really wanted to talk about that Chelsea Spurs game, but I figured we would.
I was overruled.
Sean seemed very upset, and this weekend I didn't need him storming out of the podcast because it's a pretty bad game.
Precisely 2 minutes after the game ends, Brad's already talking smack to Sean via Twitter or via text.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
He ignored the RCR policy of 24-hour grieving period.
Yeah. This is a rivalry game, though. This is different. This is a rivalry game. You can throw jokes right after the game in rivalry games.
No, it makes the policy even more important.
I think so too, personally, but that's just me.
I disagree.
But you are the biggest troll on this podcast, so that's not unsurprising that you disagree.
1,000%.
We digress. So this doesn't matter to you, Sean. It is what it is.
No, let's do it against Wolves. How about that?
Do it against Frankfurt. Really, that's really where you.
Yeah, do it against anybody else.
Oh, wait, hey, you guys jumped to 14th. Oh wait, so you can do it against the. It's okay that you can do it against the 20th place team. Like, okay, whatever. Okay. But you think the 17th place team is going to be more difficult?
Yeah, they're going to be in the Premier League next year.
And Wolves are legitimately a good team that are having a bad season.
Yes.
They've got good players. I don't know if that's true about Southampton. Brad, I know you're laughing about this, but you guys are going to sign Aaron Ramsdale this summer, and he's going to become your problem. Because you guys...
Hey, I will take Aaron Ramsdale as long as we get rid of Sanchez.
You'll probably have all 4 of them.
I believe I saw that he is the only goalkeeper to get relegated 3 times.
Yeah, he has
from the Premier League.
An unfortunate record. He has an unfortunate relegation record. So, yeah, I don't know. I like Aaron Ramsdale. I think he's a good keeper. If he has good defenders in front of him, I think he's a good shot stopper. He's a good distributor of the ball. He could play
Right.
at a high level. I think he can play at a high level.
Yes.
You know who also is a good goalkeeper with good defenders in front of him?
Who?
Me.
No, you're not.
Yes, I would be just
what
fine.
What do you mean?
Would
He's
you
stopping
hold on,
Ibrahimovic's penalty kick.
Would you say that? Would you say that Real Madrid have a good defense?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have held 8 against Arsenal today. You personally would have held 8 against Arsenal today.
No. No.
Yes. United City, toothless 0-0 draw.
Yeah, what happened there?
It's
Just
just
a whole lot of nothing.
I think City is checked out. I mean, I think the KDB news happening, like, I don't know. They won't know Holland. KDB is like, I'm giving up on this.
We had a spirited debate over whether you would rather go to San Diego or Saudi Arabia. Putting ourselves, not in general, but putting ourselves in KDB's shoes.
Well, apparently, just as a quick aside about San Diego, apparently the MLS team that have the first rights to talk to him are Inter Miami.
Please.
How did that work?
Apparently in MLS, you're allowed to make a list of players that you would have first dibs on, and KDB is on Miami's list of dibs. MLS is the dumbest league in the world. The way that they handle player rights.
We just scrap it.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
So because what you're missing is that all of the MLS runs all of the teams, and so therefore
I know that.
But
that's why it's a stupid
because
league.
of that. Right. They don't want they want to keep the prices low for players. So instead of multiple teams bidding on players, you pick who you want to be able to sign.
True. Yeah. So
we had Royce.
Competition is
LA
bad.
had bought it from us.
Yeah. Competition is bad. And so we're going to decide who goes where for competition's sake. Yes. Got it. Okay. Just making sure.
Super team Inter Miami. Let's go. Play in Europe or something.
Let's all hide it behind the Apple TV paywall, and that'll grow our league. Anyway,
I hope it destroys them.
It will. Okay, I think that's all we really got for round 31. Check back later this week. We're going to be previewing round 32, and we're going to be giving you the update on the picks and letting everybody know where they're at on the picks after 20 more games were picked. Hit us up on social media. That guy up top with me is at KSBradG. Down below is at Whiteheart_Sean. I am at James Tiffany. Collectively, we can be reached at Redcard_radio. If you could hit that subscribe button, ring the sub notification bell, hit the share button. You've only been here for 12, 13 minutes, so hit the share button. Send it to your friends. 2x speed. It's only like 5 minutes. Hey, there you go. That's all we got. We will talk to you guys later in the week. Have a good one.